Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me for this brief introduction to chronic kidney disease and nutrition. The focus of my talk today is going to be just to give you kind of a baseline overview on what things we can do with nutrition education to help to preserve and protect our kidney function, especially for those of you who have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease or who are caring for or love someone who has chronic kidney disease, and are kind of in this space where you've gotten a diagnosis, you're not really getting a lot of nutrition information, maybe from your physician or medical community, and you are feeling like there's maybe more that you can do to help your medicines to work better, to help your medical team to provide for you and optimize your plan in a better way. For those of you that don't know me, I am Nadia Kambati. I'm a registered dietitian and I specialize in issues of kidney disease. I have worked for many years when I started my career in the dialysis space, so people who have needed actual kidney replacement treatment. And while it was an incredible launching point, it's very acute. You are working with multiple medical comorbidities in the nutrition space, and it is a great launching pad for me to have kind of really honed my skills clinically for reading labs and understanding medications and developing relationships with really strong physician leaders. However, after a few years of that work, I started to really feel like I was not making the impact that I wanted to, and started to discover kind of my passion for preventive nutrition and really more into the wellness space. And I kept kind of meeting people that would make me feel like, gosh, I wish we were working together longer. I wish that I had met you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, where we could have started to make some of these changes, because nutrition really is kind of a long game. You know, it's unlike prescriptions or other medicines where we feel the effects immediately. Nutrition is kind of a long-term game, and so we put it in slowly and reap the benefits over time. So that led me to working more in the preventive space, working with physicians who really believed that nutrition needs to be part of the chronic kidney disease care plan and not just implemented as something that happens when you get into dialysis, and working with patients who really feel like they want to be empowered to make change themselves and to work on their nutrition to help promote the health of their kidneys and our bodies overall and all our organ systems, to try to prevent and delay the progression of the chronic kidney disease. So that's what I do now full time. I work specifically in the kidney space and in the metabolic wellness space. So along with working in CKD comes diabetes, comes weight management, comes high blood pressure, all in the effort of kind of preventing and maintaining this kidney function that we have. So today I'm just going to kind of talk through some topics that I think are really important to me and what I sort of like to tell every patient that comes to my office. And then, of course, we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. And if there's anything that needs to be put in, like into the comments, then we can do that as well. Okay. So, of course, please understand that this video is meant to be educational, it's meant to be inspirational, and to help you get on a path towards preventive care and optimizing kidney health with nutrition. It is, however, not medical advice, and it is not meant to take the place of individualized attention, and that's really where a lot of the recommendations need to happen, is in a very individualized space. But I think it's important to maybe start by talking about what our kidneys do for us. We tend to think of them as really something that helps us to make urine and to help filter and create, help filter wastes so that we can dispose of them through urine. But really, the kidneys are these small organs that are also, in addition to that, in charge of regulating our blood pressure through hormone balance. They also trigger hormones that help us to regulate our bone turnover. So a lot of times when you look up information for kidney diet, you will see talk about calcium and phosphorus. And the reason for that is because it helps with bone structure and some very specific alterations that happen for kidney patients with their bone health. And that has to do with hormone production that is based from the kidneys. So in addition to balancing body fluids and helping with hormone health, our kidneys also are responsible for activating vitamin D that we get from either sunlight or through food or supplementation. Our kidneys help to activate it to that useful form so that it can, again, be part of multiple organ systems. There's roles for vitamin D in our immune function and on multiple organ systems, but mostly we think of it in the bone space health and really trying to make sure that our calcium turnover in the bones is optimal and keeps us strong. So chronic kidney disease tends to be broken up when you get this diagnosis into 5 stages. And there are heat maps and ranges and different variables that go into determining this stage. If you are seeing a kidney specialist, a nephrologist, they will determine your stage of chronic kidney disease for you and let you know. I will say that most commonly, if you are seeing a nephrologist, chances are you are stage 3 or stage 4, which is a terribly scary term because it sounds kind of very late, but it is just kind of the space where people start getting referred to specialists. If you're seeing one, or if you were sent to me or another dietitian or found my video because you are earlier than that, stage 1 or 2, then that is extremely proactive and progressive, and so that's wonderful. But generally speaking, we see people who are referred over at CKD stage 3 or 4, and that generally means that you have a GFR, or a glomerular filtration rate, of somewhere between about 30 to 59. And this is the time where you get labs checked, your doctors start managing your blood pressure very closely, looking at other factors like blood sugar or any other comorbids that can be altered and adjusted to help promote the health of the kidney. And in addition to that, we hope that you will get a referral to a registered dietitian. There are a lot of things that go into our health and wellness, and there are so many chronic illnesses out there, right, that we can develop and that are so common as we age. But more and more, we are getting better at diagnosing chronic kidney disease. And with any of these concerns, we have modifiable and non-modifiable factors,